How's it going? Welcome to Change is Good. My name is Brian. In this video, we're going to go through another $500 box of half dollars. We'll be looking for silver proofs, NIFCs, or coins not intended for circulation, foreign coins, mint errors, and varieties, such as double dies and replacement marks. And of course, we're always going to look for anything to fill slots in the albums. This box was damaged at one point, so it's been repaired a little bit, but hopefully all the rolls are still there. Only one way to find out. Yeah, they're all there. All right. Looks normal. All right. Time to get into the rolls. Roll number one, we've already got a double die. Let's check it out. Under the scope are the reverses of two different 1971 Philadelphias. The top example is a regular die. The bottom example is DDR number 1 on Variety Vista. As you can see, the bottom example has slightly thicker lettering, and the bottom stairs of the S's on the bottom example are wider and more rounded compared to being narrow and sharp on the top example. And if you look closely, you can also find small notches at the bottom right corners of the lettering in the word America. All right, back to the hunt. We're now on roll number 8. And we have an NIFC, or a coin not intended for circulation. It's a 2003 P with a mintage of 2.5 million. All right, back to the box. Roll number 11, we've got another double die, and this one should look familiar. Let's go to the scope. Under the scope is another 1971 P DDR number 1 on Variety Vista. You can see the lettering is just a little bit thicker than normal, and the bottom stairs of the S's are wider and more rounded compared to usual. All right, back to the box. We're now on roll number 16, and we've got another double die. To the scope we go. Here we have the reverses of two different 1972 Philadelphias. The top example is a regular die. The bottom example is DDR number 1 on Variety Vista. You can see the bottom example is much thicker lettering and widened split serifs at the bottoms of the S's compared to being narrow and sharp on the top example. You'll also find small notches at the bottom corners of lettering in the word United States of America all the way across the top of the coin. All right, back to the box. Roll number 21 has two finds. The first one is an NIFC. It's a 2002 D with a mintage of 2.5 million. The second finds a double die. Let's go to the scope. Well, apparently double die reverse is the theme for the day. Here we have a pair of 1973 Philadelphias. The top example, as always, is the regular die. The bottom example is DDR number 2 on Variety Vista. This is a very subtle variety. It's very hard to spot, but the lettering is just slightly thicker, and there were slightly rounded serifs at the bottom of the S's. The real key to identifying this variety is to look for the notches here at the bottom corners of the lettering in the word America. Regular dies don't have notches. All right, back to it. Roll number 24. We have another NIFC. This time it's a 2007 P with a mintage of 2.4 million. All right, back to it. We're on roll number 26. We've got a curious find here. It's not pretty. As you can see, it's been painted, but look at the back. That, folks, is a proof. It's a 1988 S that's been painted. It's also got some glue on the back, it looks like, so it must have been attached to something at one point. I'm going to try to soak it in some alcohol, see if I can get this paint off of it. Maybe I can salvage it. We'll see. Let's go back to the hunt. Roll number 32. We have another NIFC. This time it's a 2020 P with a mintage of 5.4 million. All right, back to the box. We're on roll number 38. We've got a double die, and this time it's a DDO. Here we have a 1973 D in pretty tough shape, but you can still see the extra thickness here in the motto, and the date was splitting here on the right side of the 1 and the right side of the 9 on the inside curl through here, and the outside curl right through here. And if you look at the word trust, you'll see extra thickness in lettering, heavy doubling on the letter S with a big notch here at the bottom serif. There's also a notch here at the middle serif of the 3 and the date. This is DDO number 1 on Variety Vista, or the FS 101 in the Cherry Picker's Guide. It's in pretty tough shape, but still double die. Let's get back to the hunt. Roll number 46 will give us two finds. The first one is an NIFC. It's a 2015 D with a mintage of 2.3 million. The next find's a double die. Let's go to the scope. Here we have the reverses of two different 1972 Ds. The top example, as you guessed, is the regular die. The bottom example is DDR number 1 on Variety Vista. As you can see, the lettering's a little bit thicker, and the bottom serifs of the S's are widened, rounded, and split compared to being narrow and sharp on the top example. Here's a close-up of the split at the bottom serif of the first S. And the one here at the bottom serif of the second S as well. Pretty obvious. Lastly, here's a close-up of the notching at the bottom right corners of the lettering and the word America. All right, 4 more rows to go. Let's get to it. I see an empty box. I also see a proof I couldn't fix. There's no way to get this paint off. It's toast. Let's do a recap of the hunt. Overall, it wasn't a bad box. We had 11 finds in total, with 6 of them being double dies and 5 of those being DDRs. We had a pair of 1971P DDR number 1s, 1972P DDR number 1, a 72D DDR number 1, a 73P DDR number 2, a 73D FS101. That was a find of the box. And we also had 5 NIFCs to top it off. Well, even with all those varieties, we have nothing for the albums. We've hunted 39 boxes and we're still stuck at 127 out of 297 slots. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content and it made you love Half Dollar just a little bit more, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And if you have any feedback or questions about any of these finds, feel free to leave me a comment and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Thanks again, and remember, every coin has a story. And some of those stories have a hidden message. Let's see who can find this one in circulation. Good luck. I'll see y'all next time.